Hello, everyone, and good morning. There's no bell work today, and also you're going to get books. Make sure you sign them out. For those of you who do not get books right away, there will be a few of you that were absent the other day. We'll deal with that once everybody else gets there, so be patient. Let's take a look here. We're going into 3.6, and here we go. So the billing cycle is a predetermined set of time by the credit card company. Usually it's a month or 30 days. Credit card statement, you receive that at the end of the billing cycle. Make sure you read it to verify your charges and or credits and payments. The account number is unique to you. That is your account number, and that's how they pull up all your stuff to see what you have. The credit line, that is the maximum amount that you can borrow. And that varies from customer to customer depending on your credit score. This right here, available credit, is the difference between the money that you owe from the maximum or the credit line that they give you. Okay? So if you owe money, but they give you a $20,000 credit line, then the difference between that would be your available credit. Billing date is the date that it was written. Transactions, purchases, and payments, when made or posted or both. In other words, when you buy something, say off of Amazon, then sometimes they list the purchase date or when it posted with the credit card company. And some of them list both. It's a good idea to have both if you can. So underline that. Previous balance is the amount that you carried over from the previous month. Maybe you didn't pay your credit card off in full, so you still owe money. There are some more definitions, but we'll talk about those later. Let's take a look at example one. And you're going to get your book so you can work these. But for right now, let's take a look here. If you look at example one here, here's the question. I'm going to slide this over as best I can. All right, so the question is, explain, and I'm on page 189, it looks like. So page 189. Okay? So it says summary. Explain how the new purchases amount was determined. Well, your new purchases is right here, 284. So if you look over here on the previous page, it lists her purchases. So on January 2nd, she made a $75 purchase. On January 3rd, she went out to eat, looks like a lot of pizza. And then on January 10th, went to a bookstore. So you add all that up, and that should be that number right there. Explain how the new balance amount was determined. Well, the new balance would be the previous balance, whatever you owed before, minus any payments or credits, plus your new purchases, plus any late charges if you have any, and then your finance charge you have to pay. And that's how they get that. So if you can't pay the whole 363, you can pay $20. But remember, you're not considered to be late if you pay $20, but you still are going to have a lot of money that you owe from this month carried over to next month. Make sure you know that. So let's go to the next example, and I'm on page 190. All right, let's see here. It has a credit limit of $15,000. His summary looks, what's the available credit? Well, if it's $15,000 as the credit line, then you would take the credit line minus the $4,000 that I guess he owes, okay, and plus your purchases, plus late charges here, and your finance charge. So his available credit would be right here, almost $2,000. Okay, example 3, let's take a look here. It says she she's examining the summary section on a credit card statement, has checked all the entries on a bill and agree with everything except the new balance. Determine where the error is. Well, you would take the previous balance, sure, okay, and then you would subtract the payments and credits. You would add the new purchases, you would add this and add this, and you should get the correct answer. So if it's different than that, then you want to definitely call your credit card company. Today we're working page 191. Write this down. Put down 3.6. Put down today's date, which is 10/3. And we're doing 1 through 12. So make sure you copy the problems. You don't have to copy every word, but paraphrase. Okay, so copy and show work. And that's how you do it. And there it is. Let's turn our attention now to my next class, which is period 7. So if you're not in period 7, you can stop the video or keep watching if you like. All right, so let's take a look here. We want to graph these two. All right, this is your bell work. So put down week 8, 10/3. And that's where it should go, at the top of that page. So the graph number 1, you want to go ahead and make a table. So put X and Y. It's just a line here. So you want to put some numbers in here. 0 and 1 are good numbers to use. Okay? So -2 times 0 is 0, and 0 plus 1 is 1. -2 times 1 is -2, plus 1 is a -1. And so when you graph this, you go over 0 up 1, over 1 down 1, and your line looks like that, and you're done. And that's how you do that. This one right here is a parabola. Okay, so you got to use this formula. X equals -b over 2a to get the axis of symmetry. Okay? Well, the axis of symmetry is a line here, so we got to identify the a is a 1, the b is in front of the x, not the x squared, so that's 2, and there is no c. So it's x equals -b over 2 times a, so that gives you -2 over 2, which is a -1. So x equals -1. This is your x. So -1 looks like this. Now notice that that tick mark has gone up and down, so your axis of symmetry looks like this. Okay? So you want to make a table, and you want to put -1 in the middle. Okay? And then from there, you want to back off by 2, -2 and -3, and then you want to go forward, which would be 0 and 1. This number here should be the same as that one. Make sure you know that. And then you plug them all in, and you graph it. 0 is the easiest. I'm going to do that one. 0, and then 0, and so you get 0 here and 0 there. -1, let's take a look at that. -1 squared is 1, and 2 times -1 is -2. That gives me a -1 as well, right here. So -1 is here, 0, 0 is here, and -2 up 0 is here. So this graph is going to look something like this. And there it is. Today's work is right here. If you get stuck, make sure you ask. You should have your book. So with your book, check the answers. Have a good morning.